Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian,
I'm Lauren.
and this is our Mobility Club practice.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. We will be using some exercise clubs, which are in the background. I can get those in a second. You can do everything we're doing without any extra equipment. You can just do it with yourself. You can pattern the movements we'll perform with our bodies. Implements like a rolling pin, like a spoon could help. Small sticks as well. Get a real club. Enjoy this. Like it. Subscribe it. And let's get started. We will start in our first position with our feet. So if we stand up, get in the full view of the camera here. Start in parallel and push into the front of the foot. Point and flex over the toes. Return to the ball of the foot and pull this foot to the floor. Repeat the other side, making sure we don't sickle the ankle. A sickled ankle looks like that. And then back to the ball foot and pull down. Turn out. Same thing in our first position. Ball of foot, point, gentle flex, keeping that ankle pushed forward, to the ball, to the heel, other side, tension through the floor, to a point, to a flex, point, ball of foot, down. Step open to that second position. Try the same thing. Push through the ball of the foot, point through those toes, pull down. Repeat a couple more of those, articulating through those toes to a nice point, down, one or two again, pull low, push over the stacked leg, and the same thing on that other foot. We have an extended or a very straight knee, and we'll pull and push and pull and push to the floor.
I'm just going to tilt you up so you can see Ian's head.
Great. There we go. So pushing and pulling through the floor, returning low. Push back over that original leg. On the rubber floor a little hard, but find that fourth position out front. Turn as far as you can that way so that your hips do not face forward. And then return that your hips, shoulders, knees straight, face forward. Repeat that one more time. Just open up a little bit. Try to keep the knees straight. Come back to center. Push, extending through this back leg. Point through the front foot. Return. Open to that second. Rond to that front. Put it down. I'm going to open up, looking in towards Lauren.
Keeping my knees straight, Ian.
Then knees straight. I felt that. Thank you. I didn't feel it. Thank you. And pushing this hip to have our flashlights face forward. And repeat one more. Open and forward. Point and close that foot. Return to all of those positions for one more time and just quickly explore about a 5 to 10 second balance. Hands wherever you wish. Mine will either be on my feet or often out in the second position.
On your feet.
On my hips or out to that second position to the side. So from feet in parallel, take your time and rise up. Hold for our 10 seconds. And yes, Lauren, I'm trying to straighten my knees.
Sorry, I'm just trying to come closer.
My rib cage is down. And then we'll take a nice slow cadence to slowly lower to the floor. From parallel, open to first, pivoting on heels, pushing down, pulling yourself up. Again, heavy tension to the floor on all toe knuckles, straight knees, ankle bones pushing forward, down, and yourself back down to the floor. Repeat in a second. Take that step, up, tension down to go up, pressing down, holding tension up, keeping those ribs to hips, pulling the feet back down, to the front, check the hips, straight knees, ribs low, pulling or scissoring these legs together for strength, and control down. Straight leg to center, tendu or point to the other side, balance in, rotate to the front with straight knees, that okay?
Yes, just calling out your straight.
And from here, transition that weight to be on both feet still. Pulling or scissoring legs together and holding for 5, 4. Pulling heels down and closing to first. And let it wiggle. Just for a fun exercise here.
That's work,
A
eh?
little bit of balance. Can we be a little bit loose in that hip? I love the hand right here, that hip holster. It feels like you can feel what's going on in that hip. Try the other leg if you hadn't already. Ooh.
Be steady on that standing leg too.
So that grooving the ball in the socket. Have fun with that. From here, we'll fold to the floor and just do a quick little wrist warm up.
Do you want me to be your wall?
The chin tuck. Yes, we haven't been really liking to cue this against a wall. So if we were standing with our back, inch or two off the wall, just a little bit of space. We'll start by flexing our chin and flexing the head and neck, flexing the chin, and pulling the rib cage down. Rather than pushing into the wall, we want to make sure that we're nice and tall, pulling the rib cage down.
Don't touch the wall.
Flexing the spine, and the knees stay straight.
All the way down?
So as we're working on that, take your time and really think about that segmentation of the spine. Just really quick on those hands. So come onto the ground here, get those hands going. Use the hands very similar to how we did our feet. First, we started in parallel, so fingertips facing forward, chin tuck, and I still love that first knuckle push-up where we're pressing heavy through the first knuckles of the hand. And again, 5 to 10 is a ton for right now, but build that nice connection, that nice strength through the wrist, and do that twice more. Similar to ballet, we went from that first position or parallel into the first or the turned out position. So from here, have the fingertips face the side, push through the floor on this side to go the other way. Then press on that left side of mine to transition back to the other side. Push, be active to get out of that tension again between the hand and the floor. And then that's the extension. That's very similar to how we used our feet. And at the end of those foot exercises, we flex the wrist over. So for here, I'll just take a neutral wrist, take the back of my hand, and slowly work it towards the floor. The priority will be our shoulder stays packed or retracted. Fingertips might touch. The elbow stays straight. And we might just find that place to place the back of the hand on the floor safely. Pull the armpit down. If you can spin the elbow in the sense of the blood donation forward and back, that's cool. But work on the wrist flexion position as well. Same thing other side. Wrist flex. Pull that armpit low to be supported from down low. You could bend your fingers a little bit to amplify a stretch. And again, that stability of the shoulder blade and that rotation of that humerus and the shoulder. And relax that. We'll come back to a hovering position in just one moment. From here, I like to just get a gentle hip flexor from the front and then that side or the windmill position after. Tall in a tall prayer position as Lauren is here, and step to our lunge. Check the hips for level this plane. Check. And then gently rock in that posterior and anterior tilt of the hips. Nice and slow. Find the place that feels level and great for you. Mirrors feedback, partners help. So if Lauren says, "Yeah, pull this up," we got to listen. But from here, I'd like you just to slide your hips forward. If you look at Lauren's knee, it'll start to drift over the toe, but we're maintaining that neutral spine. And I'll talk about that in a second, maybe if we move Lauren's hand. That neutral spine is here. Gently show us a non-neutral spine, Lauren. Just pause 1 second. Boom, that kind of rib flare. So we're going to keep the ribs under, keep the hips locked, and again, that dorsiflexion on the front knee, just trying to push the knee towards over the toe. Beautiful job here, keeping the heel heavy, and push back to center. And how far could you slide back?
Whoa, I have my back toe tucked.
I have my foot just like you too. Okay, try that one last time to the front.
No, I have my foot the other way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So then from here again, slide to the front. Are those hips level? Making room. Push back. Yeah, that's harder. Oh my goodness, on that hip flexor in the front.
Good for the sissy squat.
From here, can you bring that leg, oops, underneath of that hip, making room. All of this in the name to make room in those hips. So follow along to mobilize the hips. Switching legs. Same deal, hiking a little bit this way just to find what our suspension system is saying today. And then that posterior and anterior tilt. Find that nice strong position. Lauren, what do you think?
I'm
good?
feeling good.
Okay.
Oh, you?
Yeah. So now from here, that dorsiflexion of the ankle, pushing a knee forward, staying heavy on that front heel like Lauren's showing really, really well here.
Can't go as
And
far.
push yourself to the back. Any questions, just ask after in that chat feature. But here again, we're keeping our hips nice and level as we press our knee forward, staying heavy through the foot, and then pushing forward to go back. And we'll repeat that one more time. Knee forward. Those hips are tucked and level. And then back. And again, for 3 or 4, stay tall. Maybe use an outrigger.
No.
But again, just trying to put that knee under the hip. I hope our knees are okay here. I'd like to try one more example. Should we take a rest here?
My
We're
knee's
doing exactly
tired.
that. Let's come up. We'll come back to that in a second.
Okay.
So come on up here.
Where are we coming up?
Taking your time. Repeat your fold. We'll give the knees just a little break here.
You mean unfold.
Unfold to tall. We'll come back to that in a second. Yeah, so we're just going to try to integrate a very aesthetic movement in my mind and a very functionally strong movement as well. It's our windmill. If we set up with our feet generally under our hips, I'm going to turn my left leg out to be mostly 90 degrees.
So I feel so far away.
And then I'm going to pivot and just slightly turn in on that other hip. From here, I'm just going to get used to pushing my hip back and forth a little bit. And again, that hand on that lateral holster there could feel kind of nice. Now, as I push my bum back there, I'm going to slightly offload or bend our left legs, both of ours, and keep the other leg very straight. Okay, take a big breath in and push your bum back, keeping one leg very straight and the other at the bend.
The straight leg should be the hip that's going back.
And to nice and tall. I think I need to widen my stance a little bit actually for today. So I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to push my hip. And now, unlike that fold, I do want my hip to travel that way as I push back, cramp up the glutes, and extend through the spine. Let's return the feet to parallel. Turn the other way. So again, about a 90-degree foot placement this way. 30 to 40 up to you based on that hip. And just try a little bit of that hinging action on the side hip. And after one more, let's take a breath. Brace our core. The front leg will soften as the hip moves back that way. Use this with a mind-body connection here and extend the hip. Repeat. That hip hinge, sending the hip back this way, and then nice and tall. Return to center. Let's return to the floor for one more time. Let's get there through our hinge. We always talk about our hinge too. Set up that hinge, vertical shins, shoulders down, long. I make it up a little bit, and we get to the floor. For last movement on our hands and knees today, I'd like to work on a lateral leg lift. So from this position, gently place a leg out at the side. Now, if we were in the ballet, maybe that leg's gonna get up super high, but I promise you my leg is not gonna move very much, but the intensity can be very high. So be careful. Pack your shoulder, take your sniff, Cramp up the standing or stable leg, and for 10 seconds, lift your other leg. 10, 9, 8. Dorsiflexed or plantar flexed foot, you choose. Touch down to relax. Maybe lengthen out your spine and repack your shoulders. And do that one more time. So first, cramp up your ankle into your point or your dorsiflex. Straight knee. Take a sniff. I internally rotate on my hip to make it harder and lower. And lift and hold for 4, 3, 2, slow down. I'm going to do one more. Maybe your system says no thank you. But for one more time, we're going to brace. Pack shoulders, connect strength with tension. And again, lifting up, making room, and holding for 3, 2, tap down. Turn the leg to a straight line out the back. And then bend the knee or flex the hip forward. Whew. A little bit of rest off those hands.
Oh.
The same thing for up to 3 repetitions on the other side now. Good the way we are here. I don't want to kick you.
Yeah, my sweaty palm prints are on the floor from that activity.
So again, ground through those arms, as Lauryn said, those sweaty paws. Stabilize. Reach out to the side. That rond would be the best. That rond would probably be the way best for sure. So pick that foot, cramp your body, take a moment, and lift for 10, 9, 8. Gently tap down. Pack those shoulders, level the spine, take a sniff, and turn off your phone the next time. Ian, up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and tap down. Pack those shoulders. If you're with me for one more, here we go. We have tension through the body, straight lines, and if we're just in time and Lauryn can catch one more rep here for 5, 4, 3, 2, tap down, rond to the back, bend the knee, flex the hip forward. Take your time. Coming up.
I shouldn't say that. Those are challenges. They're so great.
That we want. Club, mobility club after all.
Get your clubs.
Mobility club. So I mentioned that exercise device, the club. So we have our exercise clubs here. And if we just started in any position with your feet you wish, let's do a couple circles at the wrists, couple shoulder shrugs, and then we'll get going on those patterns. First, ring grip, circle grip, at the wrist, couple circles. What you do one way, aim to do the other.
So you have a pretty loose grip on this club right now.
I have a pretty loose grip on that club.
Between the index finger and the thumb.
And then I'll flick it up, catch it on the inside of my palm, and rest it in this first position. Then the other side, we'll go non-dominant hand here. How did yours fare? 1 or 2 more. Switching. So we are using our 1-pound exercise clubs here. Nothing too heavy yet. And return that to that first. Let's switch our feet to our first position as well. Cramp glutes, stand strong. And from the first position, return to the second and back to first. Could you finish first behind? To the side, in front, to the side, behind. To the side, in front, to the side, behind, and then keep it in the behind. The shoulder blade in the behind, make sure it's not in that anterior roll. We have our nice shoulder blade set back with our strength. Repeat on the other side. Stacked wrist, armpit engaged, return to first. Groove that. Ooh, and you can maybe see my non-dominant hand here is a little bit tougher to get that in that back position.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a sneaky transition there. But just get used to putting a club back there for another move later today. Return 2 clubs behind. Open up. into second. From our second position, take 1 or 2 at a time to that second, and return to the rack. In our rack's position,
Can you move over a little?
yep. So in our rack's position, this will be our rising pattern. Wrist, elbow, 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 shoulder, wrist, elbow, shoulder. So that will be our rising pattern. And our falling pattern is going to be to double sheath those swords, extend through the elbows, send it through the wrists, and return in a circle to rack. For 30 seconds, let's pick up with that one just because it's fresh in our brain. For 30 seconds, let's fall. 3, 2, and I'm going to start a little bit slow. Maybe Lauren can go a little bit quicker as you wish, but rhythmic and the same. The same but different. And whether that's the different club passing in front or just a little bit of a different woo flair every once in a while. In 3, 2, return to the rack.
I tried to get fancy.
And other side or other way. So in for 30 seconds. And we're here nice and tall in our second position. And for 10 more seconds here.
Whew.
I know. I think I'm feeling the gardening.
Mm-hmm.
Last one. Return to the rack's position. And then somehow get those clubs down here. Oh, Lauren already did. That's great. From here, keep the clubs in the front, but return your legs to center. And parallel. Now, if the clock face was on the ground, step out to 2 o'clock. Return to center. Step out to 10 o'clock. Return to center. Ready? For 10 total, 5 each. 10s and 2s. Mind you, let's go 2 o'clock first, so 2s and 10s. 3, 2. Toe heel, together. Toe heel, together. Toe heel, together. Those flashlights on the hips. Our center, toe heel, together. Toe heel, together. And I did catch myself there. I was in my turned out position.
Oh.
Parallel or turned out is just fine.
Because I stepped this foot out a little bit turned out.
I know, I can feel that too. So either one is good. I forget, let's go one more time here, I'm sorry. To push and to center. Let's return our feet to our first. Get back to second. Clubs to second. Clubs to rack. And I call this the windshield. And we'll back up a little bit. If you know what's going on,
Or bolt.
30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. If you want to follow me, nice and slow, I'm going to break it down. And if you're with me, let's go a little quicker. And if you need to simplify it, take one club out and just do the same with one club. Take that club away and work that other club. Let's repeat with our arms out to the other side this time. And this will be slightly different if I can get it in my brain right. So mirroring exercises with little feedback, as long as your screen's big enough, can be great just to follow along. Woo! And I got mixed up there. I think I'm on the right one still.
Whoa.
I think I'm on the right one still.
Whoops.
And after one more time, return to the rack. That wasn't as graceful. We'll work on it. Return the clubs to that first position. Open up to, parallel. And now we're going to draw the clock face. And our one leg is going to go back towards that 8 o'clock corner. And the other will go to 4. Staying tall on that supporting leg. So here we go for up to 10. Reach to the back corner 1, parallel together. Back corner for 2, together. There's 3, together. Together. This is number 8. Excellent. Return first. Take those clubs out to that second position. Return them to the rack. And here we go. Get a back scratch and a microphone going. Extend both elbows. Use the wrists. Use those wrists to draw a nice big circle. Then the wrist again. The back scratch and the microphone. And a switcheroo. Elbows, wrists, shoulders, elbows, and repeat. Let's go 2 or 3 more here. Nice and control. 1 more go. Pause and switch direction. Did you do your first direction as the easy one?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. This one just feels a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Just a little.
Just think about it a little bit more. That's not wrong. Return to the rack's position. Return to the first position. And let's return to the clock face. This time, 9s and 3s. This time, I also will be working from that turned out position. So my feet are in first, I'm in that turned out. I'm going to take my left leg and reach towards 9 o'clock on my clock face. Reaching together. Reaching 3 together. Reaching together. Reaching 3 together. 4. And if you are in that turnout, just like I caught myself there, keep it. Keep that turnout. And 1 more time each. And other. Together. I'm going to go walk and put those clubs away in a fun, creative way. Let's do 1 more exercise before we're done today. Play, move around, do your clock thing.
Don't club anybody in the face.
Get those clubs going. And I'm going to put mine away, as I said there. Making sure I definitely don't club anyone in the face, because that would either be me or you. And that's not good for anyone. So, clubs down. I would like to do 1 last lateral leg lift. Yes, lateral leg lifts for the win. So somehow get to the floor, that fold the hinge. Here I go through my fold. Flexing the spine, straight knees on the floor. Okay, great. Sideline. Whew. Leg lifts. My goodness, here we go. We're also going to take our time bringing this leg down. I'm on my sideline here.
Great time.
Making sure that things are okay.
Okay.
And we're going to support that in the head with the arm. If your shoulder overhead is not good or comfortable, please assist. Change as you need. Stack both legs. You could also have a slightly bent bottom foot. If you choose to bend the knee rather, let's do that. Bend the foot so that sole of your foot touches the inside of that knee. So Lauren's going to bring her knee up like right about there. Use this offhand to balance. Stiffen that straight leg at the top. Pull the foot to the shin. Lift up. Hold for 10, 9, 8. Straighten the knee. And I'm going to advocate that we internally rotate on that hip for 3, 2. Now lift it higher. Woo! Hold it there for 10. Stiffen the knee. Internally rotate on the hip. Stiffen the knee for 3, 2. Let's hold it and lift it perhaps one more time. That lift is coming from that lateral butt cheek and not that low back. And stiffening the knee for 4 more seconds. And then perhaps for one more touch, can you lift it up 1 more degree? Stiffen it up and pull against this pretend tension and pull that leg back down to the floor. And it feels like it's going through the floor. You have 2 hips. I felt that an incredibly large amount on that bottom hip flexor. I don't know about you.
Oh, I felt it on the glute.
So same thing for one last set here. We have sideline position, bottom hip flex, extended top leg. Take a breath, stiffen the top leg, internally rotate the hip, and lift, and hold. And stiffen that knee, it'll want to bend. We're going to hold it for 3 and 2. And lift 1 more degree. And extend the knee. And keep those ribs, hips locked down that were nice and strong through the core. And we're going to extend the knee for 4 more seconds here. And then just like Lauren did, we're going to lift up 1 more degree if allowed, internally rotating the femur and the hip. And for 3, 2, could you touch a little further? Stiffen up, grab onto that adduction tension on the inside of the groin, and pull a straight leg back down to the body. And relax. And relax.
Oh.
And that is a session at Mobility Club.
Oh.
Today is Wednesday. Thank you for joining us at Mobility Club.
Couldn't sit cross-legged after that.
We use those Indian clubs. We use our body weight, hips, shoulders, core. We try to talk to it all. Tonight was a great time. Tomorrow night, Lauren teaches a great kettlebell class, kind of a killer kettlebell class. So we will have a new beginner class coming soon. Let us know. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and we look forward to sharing more with you. We train simple, we stay strong, and we love to see you again in our studio. Take care, be well, and have a good night.
Goodbye.
See you.
Thank you for coming.